Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
Welcome back, Journeymen Lounge podcast listeners. You stuck around for part 1 and part 2, and I hope you really enjoyed our Stranger Things breakdown. Now, Woj, very passionate. Ryan, very passionate about this. I guess I learned during intermission, as it were, that when they watch, so if the season 3 came out, they'll rewatch seasons 1 and 2 to prepare for 3, and so on and so forth. So coming into season 5, they watched seasons 1 through season 4, which I think is a hell of a commitment for anyone.
I'll tell you too. Season 5, I watched it up until the last episode because I had to wait a week, and I rewatched season 5 again that week.
I did not do that, but Jesus Christ.
That's doubling down. But now we're going to transition to a different segment here. We're going to talk about Woj's movie selection. Kick us off there, Woj.
Yeah, so we're getting back into the swing of things. Kind of finished with Christmas, even though some Christmas stuff still around the apartment.
You're moving though. I get it.
The Christmas season is over, and we've ventured into Bobby Head Trading Places, even though I think it was actually a pretty good
It's
segue.
a New Year's movie.
It was a good segue because it still
part
had
of the
Christmas vibes and stuff like that. This one is weird because I'll mention it
There is
at
a
a certain
scene
point.
with it, yeah.
There's some Christmas vibes here too, so
One-
I don't need. It was unintentional.
the one
but
scene they had the Peanuts singing the Christmas song.
yeah,
right?
so we'll talk about it. But I did the Royal Tenenbaums. It was directed by Wes Craven. I want to
What?
say
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. I
I
did
was
that
going to say
before.
Craven. The thing got dark quick.
Sorry. I fucking did that before too. It's Wes Anderson.
What year did this come out again?
2001.
That's
2001.
All right.
And it'll just quick synopsis right out of the gate. It follows the Tenenbaum family, which is Royal Tenenbaum, played by Gene Hackman. You have Ethelene Tenenbaum, played by Angelica Houston, however you say their name.
Like the city.
3 kids. You got Chaz, Ben Stiller, Eli. No, sorry, not Eli. Richie is
Luke
Luke
Wilson.
Wilson, and then Margot Tenenbaum is Gwyneth Paltrow, who is adopted. And basically, these 3 children are actually tremendously gifted in
successful
variety of different ways. And Royal Tenenbaum is kind of like this grifter, kind of sleazy type of dude. And basically, he's an asshole, right? More a son of a bitch. I like the quote from later on. But he basically is in the children's lives up until a certain point, and then basically dips out, says deuces.
For 22 years.
For 22 years, living in a hotel in the same city, and then basically is out on his ass, gets kicked out of the hotel that he's living at. Runs out of money. He's still got connections to the housekeeper pagoda, but essentially is like trying to weasel his way back in, needs a place to stay. He's trying to like manipulate the kids into like, hey, I want to have a relation, trying to get back with Ethelene.
He actually wants to have, seems like he wants to.
I'm just saying.
It seems to be genuine, but there's an ulterior motive.
That's the general plot, is that he's trying to get his way back into the family. And then you see with the veil of cancer.
So you mentioned, this fake cancer.
Faking cancer to get his way back into these kids' lives. So with that, I want to just throw it out to you guys. Like, have you guys ever seen this movie? Do you know what this movie is about?
Never seen it. First time. Knew of it, obviously.
Okay.
I'm not a Wes Anderson.
Guy. Not Wes Craven. Sorry about that.
Not a Wes Anderson guy, really. He's got a very
unique
style to himself, which I respect, but not my cup of tea necessarily.
Can I just expand on that? Wes Anderson has a very distinct symmetry in the way that he shoots scenes, and everything does eventually line up, but it also has a specific color palette in that it uses these tones that you kind of are. It can be a variety of different things, but usually kind of like more muted. I believe I'm correct in that. It's like a muted tone, but also with contrast, and then it like kind of pops in certain ways. But overall, I think symmetry is definitely the biggest thing with him. And then also he does a lot of I don't know if they're outdated, but I feel like they definitely were used in previous movies. Now is more of like a follow along shot is like the main, like whatever. Ryan, you should know this. Like, what's the shot where like you're just staying with somebody for like an extended period of time?
Tracking shot.
Tracking shot. So like
I almost
feel like
call that the Goodfellas shot, where if you're
That's
gonna,
what it is.
yeah.
So I feel like that's more used now, like a days. Like that's kind of like how
Oh.
people shoot more thing. Well, they want to focus on the thing. This is normally a lot of times like the camera is set and the characters or
Walk
whatever
into frame.
in and out of frame
Yeah.
and stuff. So I'm sorry. Go ahead on your.
Well, I would say too, this movie, like I haven't seen really the other ones, but I know of the Wes Anderson. I've seen like part of Aquatic of Steve Zissou.
The Life Aquatic with
Yeah.
Steve Zissou.
This feels like one of the most least looking Wes Anderson movies. Like it still does look like it, but in comparison to his future
Correct.
endeavors, I
Yep.
would say it's more toned down.
Gotcha.
That's a good.
Maybe
that's a good way
this
of it.
and like Rushmore maybe are kind of
Sure.
like where he's not quite at that Wes Anderson look of the movies
a good take.
completely yet, but he's getting there. Is that accurate? I don't know.
No, that's a good take. I think that was really well said.
Seems like it to me. And then once you get to like Life Aquatic and onward, like Moonrise Kingdom.
Now it really goes off a beaten path because I think he's got notoriety. Like he's got Asteroid City,
like
Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Isle of Dogs,
the Phoenician Hotel.
I think people like expect these movies to look a certain way now and have a certain
I
feel.
think now he's firmly in his
Yeah.
like this is a Wes
That's his calling card,
Anderson
yeah.
film, and the Royal Tenenbaums, as you said, it was like kind of like before, but you could see the
Stylings.
the strokes of
There's a lot
the
of like
brush.
the way like the
Brush
colors are
strokes.
used, and like a lot of the transition shots where they have like the magazine of like Luke Wilson as a tennis player, or like the book that Margot's reading or plays or whatever, where it's like they show that kind of
Sure.
reminds me of it more than
Okay.
other shots. But yeah, but no, I'd never seen it before or heard of it, so I was actually kind of like check this out. Let's see what it's about. I love Gene Hackman, obviously.
Right. Excellent.
I love
actor.
Ben Stiller and Gwyneth, and they're all the cat. Luke Wilson, the cats is great.
Okay.
So yeah, so it was my
Bobby, what you
first
got?
time.
I've actually seen this once before, and I think it was in passing. One of those days where it's like Saturday afternoon. I'm not up to shit, but I got plans later that night, so it came on, and I think. I didn't go out of my way to watch it. It was on TV or it was on one of the, programs, and I caught it. And like you mentioned, we got a star-studded cast. I think that there's a lot of assets that make up this film. And, it's enjoyable, but I have my own takes on it. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Good to know. Let's go into, I'm going to say scenes, but it's also going to comment on the directing kind of style, or I guess the way in which the film is shot. So like, I'm going to obviously just call it out. Like it's read as a book or explained as a book. So they have the prologue and then the chapter.
I did like that.
I did enjoy
It made
that.
it very easy for my notes.
Sequential, yeah.
So I was like, okay, chapter 1. I'm going to do that. Chapter 2.
It's very segmented. So I definitely enjoyed.
I like that it's chronological. That was during the day where it's like, we're going to start at the end, go to the middle, back to the beginning, end, middle. It's like, motherfucker, can't we just go from A to B?
I think I like that it explains kind of as a book would read. It's like, this is where we're at, then we have to give some context into it, and then now we're here.
Yep.
It's very simple, though, in that it's like 8 chapters or whatever, so I like that it's easy enough to follow. The scenes that, like, obviously are going to, I think are, like, just crucial to, like, how it sets up is, like, you have the introduction to characters.
The prologue.
In the prologue, but it's the introduction to characters that also gives the credits.
Good intro.
So it
Yeah.
shows like this is who you're
This
talking
is
to, and or this is who this person is. Then they also show the different tiers of the house. It all revolves around the Tenenbaum house. It was like bought in like 1973 or some shit like that, and then the kids live in it. They have their own floor, basically.
wing.
Chaz has his business office. Margot has a studio, like art studio, ballet studio within one. And then Richie has like the roof as well as the attic area where he can also like do basically whatever he wants. But all these kids are actually extremely gifted. Richie is a professional tennis player. Margot is a playwright. Then
Real
Chaz is a
estate
successful businessman at like
business,
8.
And he's like an inventor, kind of, right? He created
the mice, polka dot
Dalmatian
mice.
mice
Yes,
or
correct.
whatever. I had gerbils. I didn't know they're mice. Yeah, Dalmatian mice.
They were mice though. And then you kind of get the essential background of like why Royal Tenenbaum, like what he has done to his life. He was a lawyer but disbarred, and then again, as you kind of peel away the layers, you do find like Chaz sued him to get him disbarred, essentially.
Yeah, and well, the whole thing was he shows up at their 11th birthday party, and they put on a play for him, and he basically says it's like shit.
Hold on, I got the quote here. He's like, "What did you think, Dad?" I didn't think it was believable. He's like, "What? What did you think about the characters?" Well, they were all played by children, so.
And it like ruins. It's on Margot's 11th birthday, so like ruins her night, and she just like goes downstairs before even blowing out the candles. And except from that, I know we never saw him again.
And, yeah, never saw him for the next 22 years.
So
there's a lot of good comedic,
I like the bits with the
like
kids
that.
though, like showing Chaz, and he's like a businessman. And he's got his own office and the old school like fax machines,
Yeah.
typewriters and whatever, all that crap, the computers, and then like Richie being the tennis prodigy, dressing up like Bjorn Borg, basically.
Yes.
And,
That was enjoyable.
Margot, and her whole thing, and then like she has like a missing finger, we find out or whatever.
It's chopped off by one of her.
And like and we find out a very key detail that she's adopted,
Yep.
Right.
which her dad never forgets to mention. Just kind of makes he just kind of has to
Salt in the wound.
drive that point home every
Yeah.
time they're around.
I mean, again, you really like throughout the entire movie. This is one of those movies that I find from A to Z, you just get more information that the main character, Royal Tenenbaum, is an asshole. Like every single thing at every turn.
The veil
you're
is lifted.
You're like, oh, he is an asshole. Yeah, that's an asshole. move.
checks.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, like that sucks, man. Like, why would you do that? So like you just continually get that through and through. In terms of other like scenes and stuff, I'm gonna save cinematic shots for another part. But I don't have anything else from like the kids era in the prologue. Do you have any other scenes from the kids stuff? I would like to jump then to like when we meet the adults.
Yep.
And Ben Stiller just lost his wife earlier that year in a plane crash. The kids were actually in the plane with them,
and their
and
dog.
they survived. And then Ben Stiller has just basically throughout the entire movie like this paranoia that his kids are not safe. So he's doing like fire alarm drills with them, and his kids' names are Ari and Uzi, and he's like, Ari, Uzi, fire alarm, go, go, go. Don't use the elevator. It's a fire. Go, go, go.
We
You know?
got
And he's like, we're all dead.
to their all wearing matching red Adidas track suits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they never explain. I guess they want to be like their dad. I'm guessing, but they never really
Could be.
touch upon that during the movie. But that's kind of a little gag or bit they have the whole time when they're dressing
Yeah.
like they're mini versions of
And
their dad.
I will also mention when they do the funeral scene at the end, they're wearing black tracks.
I love
Adidas
that. I had
tracksuit.
that in my
It's
notes,
so
too. I
Great.
had that, too.
So great. Just when you mentioned
You know what?
that.
For many years, I've underplayed Ben Stiller's comedic like roles and comedic presence in different movies. He is funny as shit. I think in a different era.
You just realized.
No, but like
Ben
I said,
Stiller's
I think he
funny.
gets overshadowed by, you have someone like an Adam Sandler. You have someone, throughout the decades, like he's never been top notch in terms of like he's number one or number two in terms of comedic, movies in any given decade. Sorry, he's not.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Bobby.
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna disagree big
I
time.
think
Okay,
Ben Stiller.
I said there was a prominent force in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I think
when the
honestly,
frat
like
pack-
Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler were going, and Jim Carrey for that matter, were going toe to
See,
toe
I-
throughout that era.
I see Jim Carrey and all right, go ahead.
I would.
They were going toe to toe throughout that era. We're like, okay, yes, you could crown somebody at a certain
And Eddie
year
Murphy.
for again, anybody. You can mention a bunch of people, but I'm saying like you could crown somebody like certain year, certain movie, like that was great. But like you can look at their entire
I'm saying
IMDb credits and go like,
it's a personal
Wow,
reflection
yeah.
on my behalf that I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I've undersold him in terms of what he brings to any character that he
well,
plays.
you should apologize to Ben Stiller right now.
Ben Stiller, I apologize.
and we know that you're watching.
Ben Stiller is a staple.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm starting to become more of a fan and more of an appreciation for his comedic output. Sorry,
Should
there it is.
definitely
Ben
get
Stiller
that
from-
appreciation.
And it wasn't like I was against it at any point. I was just like he
Well,
was
you didn't
always over.
recognize it.
Ben
Same.
Stiller from like 98 to like 07 was like.
I just
Just
because I
doing
look
it.
at his father, Jerry. Hilarious as shit.
Fucking best.
So that's the thing. It's like you have a father who's funny as shit, and you have a bunch of other peers that are really funny, and I feel like he gets lost a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're on the island with that.
Really?
point.
I don't think I'm on the island.
Dude,
on
No,
that.
we'll ask any of
something about
our-
Mary, Meet the Parents, Zoolander.
I
Along
love
Came Polly.
So no, and I'm not taking away from any of that. I'm just saying I now appreciate him more. He's starting to show up in my top hits a little bit more in terms of just me reflecting on some of my comedic movies that I really enjoy.
Ben Stiller, I agree with Woj, was right up there with Adam Sandler. He was one of the top people of that era.
I know. I'm sorry. I have a jaded approach, and that's my own issue that I'm working through. I'm just saying I appreciate Ben Stiller, and the more and more I watch movies like this, the more and more I appreciate what he could bring to a role too. I think he's very versatile too, and I guess
he's not funny in this movie. I mean, he's all right. But
no, I know that, but I'm just saying he has versatility.
He's playing a little bit more of the straight man, and
but I'm saying he has a lot of versatility, whereas certain comedic actors they can only stay in that lane.
I was gonna say this is one of the only times I've seen him in more of a dramatic type,
like the Truman Show with Jim Carrey. Great, I mean he did a great job.
Ben Stiller, I would love if you just sent a video to Bobby and going like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Fine, you know what? Eventually, if we find him on Instagram, if he wants to shit
one
on
of the highest grossing comedians of the era.
I know,
Be
but
like, hey man, did you see any of my 12 movies in the last?
I'm just saying, I love everything about his father, about some of his peers, and I'm starting to appreciate his work a little bit more. Okay. Sorry, I know he's not his father. I get that.
All right, so
sorry, Jesus Christ, have an opinion.
Yeah, well, your opinion's terrible.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay. Sandpaper hour. Let's put it on there.
If you want to fucking debate me on why Ben Stiller is not a comedic actor,
No,
I
I'm
will
not.
fucking
I'm not.
hoarse in my voice.
God damn, I was trying to turn a fucking new leaf, and you're basically like, fuck you for even turning it.
Well, it should have been turned.
Yeah, the leaf should have been turned.
God damn it.
Exactly
Should have been turned in 2001, man. Golly, bro.
It's like, hey, you know this Eddie Murphy guy? He's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, hey, did you see this Eddie Murphy? Did you know he does comedy? I didn't fucking know that.
Oh,
yeah, this Will Ferrell guy's pretty
God
funny.
damn for having a little bit of a revelation. My bad. I'm going to put that shit back in the box.
Okay. All right, so
fuck you both. All right,
again, I like that the grown-up adults, even though the kids are great, like the kid versions of them, I still definitely much enjoy the adult versions with Ben Stiller's kids, and like they have this weird contentious relationship. Ben Stiller has essentially told his kids that their grandfather died,
right?
And so now he's coming back, and then now Royal Tenenbaum wants to be like,
hey,
cool I'm your grandfather. Call me Pappy, and let's fucking go do a bunch of cool shit. My next one, I got a quick scene with Etheline, who is the matriarch of the family. She is now being courted by Henry, who is her attorney for a number of years, played by Danny Glover.
Glover.
And Etheline is like a paleontologist, maybe, like does things with like bones and unearthing skeletons.
That's
and
the
stuff
right
like
word. Good job, buddy.
And so they're walking through like a site, and Henry falls into a ditch.
Yeah,
I love that. It's a basic shot. It's a panning shot like this. The one guy falls into the ditch. They stop.
Double back.
Go back. Henry, and he's like, "Oh yes, sorry about that." Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I just like it's a classic shot. It's not anything fancy, but I'm like, I like it. Classic comedy.
Two that follow it.
Go ahead.
It's chapter 3 we're on now. Royal telling his grandsons he wants to see them and telling them to try and convince their father to let them was cool. And then I don't know. I think that's later in chapter 4. I'd say that was the beginning of their like him trying to get a relationship with them. I liked, and then Richie's final tennis match was great.
Oh, the meltdown!
Damn it!
72 unforced errors. He playing with no socks and shoes, and I wrote down the score for the sets. It was 6-love, 6-love, 4-love.
Yeah, did you know who he was playing?
No, I didn't see that.
Gandhi from India. Like that was the guy. His name was Gandhi.
That's funny.
He was from the country.
I enjoyed. Cause
that's a sweep.
I played.
Yeah, he's a tennis guy.
I played tennis, so I enjoyed seeing the scenes with that, and he got the look down and like the whole
you did
the magazine's cover when they transitioned to him, like that was really cool. His name, the Baumer or whatever, like that was awesome.
We gotta play a little bit.
I also would just throw out there that the way in which that shot is like it's supposed to be happening in the early 80s, maybe mid 80s. So the shot is of the television and the announcers and the way that they show it it's true to the time. It doesn't look finished or.
I was gonna say, actually, I think it's supposed to be in present or around present time, because at the end of the movie, spoilers, when Royal dies,
for 20.
his thing says 2001. His
what year did they say it was?
that what the tennis was taking place.
Yeah.
It was late
It was only
80s,
a couple.
though.
It wasn't only a couple years before. He looks like he's like around the same age, Luke Wilson.
Oh, I thought
I was
the
with Woj. I thought it was like early 90s.
No, see,
late
like,
80s.
I thought the meltdown maybe happened late 80s.
The aesthetic of the whole
Thank
movie
you.
is
Yeah,
the
context.
The Wes Anderson aesthetic makes it look like it's the 70s or 80s, but then the gravestone at the end would not support that because it says 2001. It's
present day. Yeah.
So if he retired, I think, let's say 4 years earlier, or 5 years, like 96.
Sure.
I think he just like dresses like that because he likes.
Yeah,
Bjorn
keeps
Borg
the
and
appearance up, I guess.
Hey, you found something that works, run with
But
it.
I had originally also thought that,
Bless you.
I'm like, does this movie take place in the 70s or 80s? Bless you, sounding me.
Is there another one in the chamber?
It begins in 1973 when Royal buys the house.
Right.
They grow up. They're clearly by the 2000s, they're 40s. They're in their 40s, the kids.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's by the nature of the ending of the movie and the gravestone, it has to be not too far away from present day.
I'm not going to die on that hill like General Custer, but I would think that, again, you're right with the aesthetic kind of leaning that way, saying like, oh yeah, it could be it could be 1995, but it also could be 1987.
Now, you're the expert on Wes Anderson. Isn't that kind of part of his shtick? His movies, like, he has like a timeless look almost, where it's like it looks like it takes place in the past, but it actually is also in the present day, or in like, because most of his movies kind of have a similar, right, like a vintage, like a look almost.
There are many of his movies that take place in the 17 to 1900s.
Okay.
So it's not
cut
so
and,
much
it's not
on
cut
that.
and dry. Okay.
But you would be correct in that the costume design is definitely trending more towards like 80s, 70s type of stuff. Also, color palette is definitely that way as well. But just in general, I would say that time period, again, how they shot it and how they put it into the movie is like through a TV. In the old sense, I like it. It's like kind of give me Johnny McEnroe vibes when he was fucking younger.
Fucking Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac, baby, let's go.
So I like that aesthetic for sure. But the Richie, the Richie meltdown. I also kind of, I think, leading into that, as you're talking about Royal with the Chaz's kids, Royal's Day Out. I mean,
that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
One of the best goddamn scenes there.
They have him. They do jumping into the pool, running across traffic, horseback riding, go-karts, water balloons, shoplifting.
I like the shoplifting.
Riding in the back of the garbage truck and attending a dogfight.
Water balloon at the taxi.
Yes.
Also.
I said water balloons.
Yeah. You did? I'm sorry, dude. My bad.
It's okay.
That was fun. That was great. That was the best part of the movie.
As they're doing that, it is Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard by Paul Simon. Fucking fantastic song to go with that.
So it meets our standard for our music producer over here.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful. It goes very well with that.
I like that song too.
Yeah, and then I'm moving on to the.
Goes it really quick before that in Chapter 4 when Royal has the bellboy pose as cancer doctor so he can stay in the house longer, and it's like I had to do a double take. I'm like, that's the bellboy,
That's
right?
Dusty, Seymour Castle.
Yeah, and I was like, it is the bellboy. He gets on his pager. He's like, can you cover my shift or whatever?
It took me a moment too. I get you where you're coming from. Yeah.
Well, because that guy's like an actor. He looks sleep, but looks like a doctor.
Seymour Castle.
Thank you.
But
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the bellboy. We just saw him.
Yeah.
And of course it was. Continue.
So yeah, we get into this point where, I mean, Wes Anderson films, I would honestly say, I think they take a darker turn. Like, a lot of times they have, like, a darker subject matter. But this one is, like, I think one of the biggest ones that I remember where it is literally talking about unaliving, suicide, and all that stuff with Richie. And they show a scene with that. They show the scars with that. While it's not one of my favorite scenes in any way, shape, or form, I would bring it out in this context is that in talking with Adam, who's a friend of the pod, Adam was talking about the director and their like choices that they make that will, like, why did the director make this choice to elicit a reaction, right? So he used the example, and this is like a big example, but like Darth Vader turning out to be Luke's father. Like, that's a huge reveal. That's a big, part that gives you this huge reaction. It changes how you view the entire relationship of the.
And it makes you re-question all the other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's as big as that. I think this is kind of that, like, maybe turning point or like eliciting that reaction here. I think with Wes Anderson, this is something to show that, like, this is a change, like so much has been messed up by this man, Royal Tenenbaum, the name of the movie, The Tenenbaums. Like, I think it's showing that. I think it's showing that, like, you have now forced your son to be so messed up between everything and having this adopted daughter that ended up he fell in love with, and all this weird things that happened here, that, like, now you got to the point where, like, he's going off the end, like, he's now into a psychiatric unit and stuff like that. I'm not saying to comment on that scene specifically, but, like, was there a scene in this where you, like, kind of question, you were like, oh, I didn't think Wes Anderson would go this way with this. Like, why did he use this as a way to elicit a reaction from the audience?
I mean, I've always had a question why. I mean, it's his movie; he can do what he pleases. But
that's a good point.
I was surprised.
Just thought-provoking.
I was surprised to see the Luke Wilson suicide scene. I didn't expect it.
Okay.
As far as why, I mean, because I don't know, it's his movie and he wrote it or whatever.
But did you find anything else in the movie where you were like, oh, let's just say, like, the faking of the cancer? Like, did you think, like, this is an interesting choice, or like, oh, okay, like, because in comparison, the reaction of, like, him faking cancer, I was like, I didn't believe that he had cancer in the beginning because it's kind of like a grifter asshole type of deal.
Con man,
I thought it was fake. Yeah.
So it was like, I was already not like a big twist or turn.
I was surprised when Pagoda stabbed him with the Swiss Army knife outside of the building. Like, and then he, like,
didn't really make sense.
No, it was weird. Like, I know
he
had said he did it before. That's how they met or whatever. But it was like, okay, that was odd.
That didn't quite run with me either.
I don't know if anything else was, like, to me, again, this Wes Anderson's kind of an odd director anyway. To me, like,
he's quirky.
Quirky. Nothing's off the table.
He has his own signature.
Nothing's off the table, if you will. Like, I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I guess if he had, like, some big, like, Heat type of shootout or something, that would shock me. Like, what the fuck is in a Wes Anderson?
That wouldn't fit with the mold.
Yeah,
I think maybe,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what would shock you? That would shock me.
That's such a great shot too. That's putting up, dude. That's like top 5. Come on.
I just would think that this is it's kind of like a scene that I think I maybe think about a lot more because it's so jarring. Like, it's something that is not shown in movies a lot.
No, it's not.
It's something that I'm like, whoa, like, they did this. They did the close-up of his face, like, in the mirror. This is what he's doing, obviously having a mental breakdown and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, like, you're trying to get me to feel about this, which I did. And I was like, this is huge. Like, this is a big turning point in the movie. But also, again, just more of a reaction of how I think, again, like, you can see, like, you don't have a father for 22 years. Like, I think it's going to mess you up a little bit.
Oh, I got one that shocked me.
Go ahead.
I have a question. To counterpoint his thing, why should it mess you up? Because at that point, you've lived your life without him. Like, having him reemerge should honestly have zero impact.
Well, I mean, again, it's not such a direct correlation to that. It's the fact that, like, he doesn't have a father, like, in his life. He's yearning for a father, but then now he, like, finds comfort in his adopted sister.
Right.
Who he's like, oh, who is this?
That's what shocked me.
Girl.
Yes, they made out,
and then
they're
that was fucked.
in love.
Right.
That was weird.
And they're having a relationship in which you hear it at the end of the movie. Like, Royal is, he's like, oh, you're in love with Margot. He's like, well, it's got to be illegal. He's like, I don't think so.
Well, not blood related.
Well, frowned upon. I mean, what isn't this these days?
What's that director? Woody? What's his name?
Harrelson.
No, director.
Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen. He Woody Allen this.
I don't know what that means.
Woody Allen, like, went out with his stepdaughter. That's
he adopted a daughter and started dating her and then married her.
This is
It's a little different, but
adopted sister. But
it's
moving on. So
Ballpark.
all I'm saying, man, is that the illicit, like we'll kind of
I can see
pepper
the
this
girl,
in here every now and then. This is, I think, a bad example of a movie. If I'm being honest, and Adam's, I'm sure, watching is like, you chose the wrong movie, dickhead. Like, do a better movie to do this.
Thank you, Adam. Good point.
But I like the idea though of like this kind of like eliciting this reaction and like, why did the director go this way, or like, what are you feeling based on this? Let's move on though, as we're getting to the end of the scene part of this. Ends with the crash scene of Ryan. I don't know if you have anything else before the crash scene.
I like the Margot's private eye file montage of her smoking and making out with different people. That was interesting. There's like 40 people she like makes out with.
Well, Margot is a wild child. She started smoking at 13, ran away multiple times, got married at 18, 19, 20.
Yeah. They show like different ages, like making out with her, making out with him, making out with this person, making out with this person.
Yeah. Just all over the world.
That was a fun little sequence.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I'm saying I noted it because I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
And he already said the Richie cutting his hair and shaving his beard before he
very
kills himself or tries
I like
to kill
the
himself.
directorial aspect of that as well. Is like it's very personal.
The wedding was where I'm at. Yeah, exactly.
So the wedding of Etheline and Henry
coming in hot.
And Eli Cash, which we haven't mentioned, is Owen Wilson, who the entire movie is in love with Margot, and also like this weird family friend who's kind of like part of the family. And
he lived across the street.
Right.
Yep. And then also is like on mescaline and drugs and shit like that. So
on some heavy shit.
Driving high with his face painted in Indian garb and crashes into the house. Just chaos and almost hits the kids. Royal pulls them out of the way of the truck or the car.
That was nice.
I thought it was a nice little ending with like Royal kind of being like one moment of shining.
One moment of redemption.
Shining, in the eyes of Chaz, and then basically cut to like, I don't know, 6 months later or whatever, Royal has a heart attack. They're burying him, and that was the end of Royal Tenenbaums. But I don't know if the ending of him pulling the kids out of the way is really enough for the kids to be. I don't know if it's like a release of the kids going, hey, I never knew my father and now he's dead, so I'm emotional, or it's really just like, hey, he just saved my kid's life, like for Chaz, like, hey, they just saved my kid's life like 6 months ago, like now I'm super emotional because he's gone.
I don't know, maybe just me. Unique to me, but like to me, this movie is like not enough of the emotion and not enough of the comedy. It's kind of like flirting in between both.
It blurs the lines quite
Or it's
a
like
bit,
I think comedy and drama go together, obviously.
Sure.
But maybe I don't know. It should have leaned more into maybe some emotional stuff.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
between which characters?
Like, I don't know. I guess the dad and the kids, and just in general, like
Royal and Chaz.
Yeah, Royal and all the kids. Royal and Richie, Royal and whoever. Like, I mean, it had some elements of it.
Okay.
But I didn't necessarily like in my. Granted, this is the first time I've seen this too.
This is first time.
Heart of hearts, feel the emotion maybe that they wanted me to feel.
Sure. Okay.
That makes sense.
And if you're not really a fan of Wes Anderson though, going into it, even though again, as you said, it's not in the exact lane of Wes Anderson, like fully.
It's like light.
It's Wes Anderson.
Diet Anderson.
Diet Anderson. Yeah. So I get it where you're like, it's not the movie that elicits the emotional reaction and catharsis.
Like I don't think his style lends to that. Is that maybe right? I don't know. Like again, I'm limited in my experience of his movie, so maybe it's just like a one-time thing. But yeah,
I totally get it. Bobby, any final scenes or comments on?
I think you guys captured quite a bit of it.
What do you got?
Oh, I do love, like you already mentioned, but I love the black matching tracksuits at the funeral.
Yes, I mean
with the kids in it. And
I'll say this: the
Ben
wardrobe.
Stiller.
I think, and maybe that's a weird comment, but I believe the wardrobe said quite a bit of a story too. I think I probably said this in a previous podcast, but the wardrobe and the use of color and the use of that, it makes sense. Yeah, I think they did a good job for costume design if you had to go that route.
I mean, I wouldn't. If I was a better producer, I would have looked up. But I'm sure Wes Anderson is definitely Academy Award nominated often for costume design.
Well, then maybe that's it, because I really felt like even that by itself told a story. So
I would imagine so. All right, let's move on into cast and others. Like, again, I've already mentioned Wes Anderson.
Yep.
Is director. This is actually co-written by Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's news to me.
But honestly, Owen Wilson is tremendous talent. If I can just kind of, give a shout out to Owen, and we know that you're watching.
In case, he's watching.
I mean, like Owen is.
The Owen and Luke. You have the good combo of brothers.
But I mean, like in just terms of like Owen Wilson, no shade on Luke or anything like that. But like Owen Wilson, I think it's underrated of like how good of an actor he can be in the wide range. Yes, he can be like the weird, quirky, hey, I'm like the wild, like relative, like Wedding Crashers, like the guy who you don't know, but we're all friends.
He's got
and
some depth.
all that
He
stuff,
could
but
pull. He could pull both.
He's done some action movies.
Armageddon.
He's done
Behind
some
Enemy Lines.
more
God,
serious flicks for sure. That
I
I'm
enjoyed him in Armageddon.
The one Woody Allen one.
I think he has a wide range, and then also add in writing. I know he's done. I wish I was a better producer, but like Bottle Rocket.
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson. It's his first movie.
I think he co-wrote on that as well.
Yeah, I think they all knew each other,
right?
And they all kind of came about.
Well, there you go, Owen Wilson. We appreciate you.
And that's
too.
another one where I'm like, oh yeah, fucking that.
We've done Wedding Crashers.
A Nice Spy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
mean,
I wasn't there for that one.
I'm gonna name the top
Yeah,
7, I would say, and then we're gonna just do the who stole the show.
Top 7 quotes.
Top 7 cast.
Okay, sorry.
And then we'll do top 7 top ancillary character.
That
not
guy,
of the top. No, not that. Gene fucking Hackman, the best. Narration by Alec Baldwin's fucking phenomenal. Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, Ben Stiller, Angelica Houston, Gwyneth Paltrow, Bill Murray, Seymour Castle, Kumar Palyana as Pagoda, and Danny Glover. Those I would say like pretty much main.
Do you want to do like a gold, silver,
but
bronze?
I would say aside from Royal and the kids, who would be your like favorite like kind of ancillary character? The guy that pops in, couple scenes here and there.
The 2 sons.
Ari and Uzi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime they're in it, I like it. They're funny and they're good. I mean, if we can't pick the main,
if you can't pick the main 4,
I like Danny Glover or Bill Murray. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a huge Bill Murray as like.
I don't really think he has enough to do in this movie.
No, but
You're
I
right.
mean,
it's really dialed down. But I like Bill Murray.
But playing
but that's
that
why I
like
said Danny.
that like scientist like researcher type of role, psychiatrist, is so great because then they give him Dudley, which is like this kid who has like this extreme illness, medical condition, and then they allow him to just kind of go off of that. I thought it was great. I thought that like it allowed him to be like this intellectual, which I think was great, and then also fawning over Margot as like you're cheating on me, aren't you? Let me hire a private investigator. But I like Bill Murray. Like you said, it's not enough, but it's a different lane of Bill Murray that I like.
I love Danny Glover. I might have liked Bill Murray in the Danny Glover part. Maybe give him more to do.
Okay, interesting. A little swap
I could see
there.
that. Actually, in The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Angelica Houston is the romantic counterpart of Bill Murray, which I think is.
I thought she was pretty good
casts.
too.
Angelica Houston is great in
actress.
her role. I don't have. Too much.
I could have easily seen Meryl Streep doing it also.
Meryl Streep as
That's
well.
a good drop
Definitely.
in,
Definitely. I would let's go to that guy.
I have 1.
I have 2. Go ahead.
So
I think
the one son, Ari.
Yeah.
His name is Grant Rosenmeyer.
Yep.
And he was the kid in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Of course.
Who Larry takes to the Playboy Mansion. He has his one of his dying wishes
to
see tits.
Yeah.
So he takes him to the Playboy Mansion.
Gotcha.
Great episode.
Yeah.
That was your 1?
That's my 1. That's it.
Of course, it was a Curb fucking connection.
Hey, give me that.
I got Eben Moss Bacharach.
He's in it?
Yeah, dude. He's the bellhop at the Lindbergh. His name is Francis. Or
I didn't even
Fred.
catch it.
Dude, yeah, over
I didn't
my
even catch
head.
it.
I
He's
didn't
got-
catch
He's
that.
got a big bushy hair, so that's why you don't. You
I mean,
don't
it's
see
obviously
him.
years ago. So
But
it
it's
would have been,
Eben Musbeck,
of
right?
course. Yeah.
And then you also got Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson has been in like
one is real dad, right?
Margot's real dad, right? But he's in like a lot of like quirky things. Like I don't think you would see him in like too many recognizable roles where like he's like the main guy. Like Idiocracy, he's in Bottle Rocket. Obviously, there you go.
Idiocracy, I think I remember
The
him in.
Big Year, that was with Hall Pass. Like a lot of these like comedies, Fever Pitch.
He's in Hall Pass?
Yeah, he's in Hall Pass.
Who's he in Hall Pass?
Larry Bohannicksburg.
I don't remember who that is.
Larry Bohan something.
Must be one of the people at the
Could be.
mansion
Random.
party.
But I'm just saying though, he's in there. Couple random pop-ins there.
Sure.
Moving on. Let's go to quotes. I got a real quick handful of them.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
It's funny in this movie is a lot of like just call and response. I thought were the funniest quotes. So like one I said before though was like, "What do you think, Dad?" He's like, "I don't think it was believable."
That was funny.
As Bill Murray, whose rally is talking about Dudley, he's talking into his like little tape recorder. He's like, suffers from color blindness and acute hearing loss, or acute hearing. He's like, I'm not colorblind, am I? He's like, I'm afraid you are. I like Pagoda. Pagoda's the man. Kumar Palyana. He's like, calls the Lindbergh. He's like, tell Mr. Royal this is the Pagoda. I love anybody referring to themselves in third person. I think it's hilarious.
This is the Pagoda.
Rally to Margot. He's like, you don't love me anymore, do you? And she's like, I do, kind of, but I'm going to leave and go back to my mother's place. This is, I can't believe I forgot about this for so many years. I love this, man. If you're saying that you're going to, hey, let's get out of here. Come on, let's shag ass.
Yeah, let's shag ass.
What a great quote. I mean,
heard that in a minute.
top fucking,
Shag.
top tier, top draw.
Top draw.
Let's shag ass. When Royal is kind of like faking his condition, he goes down and like is pretending to have like a heart attack, and he's like, grab me an Epital, and he puts a spoon in his mouth, and then Chaz is like, are you all right? He's like, the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Royal is looking down. This is like a 5-story fucking house in
Brownstone.
in the village,
Beautiful,
right?
yeah.
In New York, yeah. So Eli, who lived across the street for years, has been sneaking into Margot's room and Eli's room for Eli, right? Is Richie? No, Richie.
Eli is Owen Wilson.
I'm sorry. Eli has been sneaking into Margot and Richie's room
Yes.
for the longest time. And he's like sneaking out of the window, and Royal's like, hold on, where the fuck did they go? Sorry. He goes, what's that jackass doing? I know you, asshole. And then Eli just does this. He's like, I fucking love it, man. It's just quirky shit all over the place. I'm gonna keep going because I don't
Go
care.
ahead, yeah.
I have no quotes. I'm sorry.
I really don't. Like I said,
not-
I like the back and forth.
Royal
movie.
Royal is like to Pagoda. He's like, he saved my life 30 years ago. I was knifed in a bazaar in Calcutta. Who stabbed you? He did.
Yeah.
I fucking again. I'm a degenerate, but it's just like at one point Royal's just like, oh shit, man! Like when the shit's hitting the fan, and Pagoda just goes right back. It's like, oh shit, man.
You're on Pagoda's schnutz
we
right
find
now.
we find out Royal is faking it, and he's like, I do have high blood pressure though.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
For what it's worth.
This is again, I think this is the pied de resistance of the what is Royal Tenenbaum. It's like, I've always been considered an asshole. It's kind of my style. And then Henry's like, I don't think you're an asshole. I just think you're a son of a bitch. On the headstone, fucking phenomenal. Died tragically rescuing his family from the wreckage of a destroyed sinking battleship. I fucking love it. And Royal sets all this stuff up. He's like, I made a will. I made a headstone, all that shit. Fucking love it. Moving on. Let's do some soundtrack here.
Walk us through it, Mr. Soundtrack.
Three written down.
Why don't you go, Ryan, and then I'll fill in the
We already
blanks.
talked about
Me and Julio down
the
by the schoolyard,
Paul Simon, yeah.
The opening harpsichord version of Hey Jude, I think. It sounded like a harpsichord.
Yes, harpsichord with a trumpet in there is beautiful.
These Days by Nico.
Love it.
And Lullaby from Emmett Rhodes.
Lullaby from Emmett Rhodes is fucking phenomenal. A lot of Jackson Browne in here, and if you guys didn't know, Jackson Browne actually was a writer of a lot of the Eagles songs. I'm a huge Eagles fan, so obviously I fucking love this album.
There was one Van Morrison song.
It is Everyone by Van Morrison. Rock the Casbah is played by The Clash. This is, dude, such solid fucking 60s, 70s rock groups here. The Clash, Velvet Underground, Stephanie Says. Ruby Tuesday by the Rolling Stones. She Smiled Sweetly by the Rolling Stones. Judy is a Punk by the Ramones.
The Ramones, that's right.
And then I just want to mention, like, the score is a lot of strings and piano. I think to like just kind of keep the classical nature of this. Like, this family is educated. This family
it's
is
a good
like
transition.
upper echelon New York, Priss type of shit, and they're like
Pinkies.
They're playwrights, they're businessmen, they're and athletes and entertainers and shit like that.
They're high on the social stratosphere.
Exactly,
yeah.
and then you have the Christmas kind of interjections here. I do want to mention here is the Vince Guaraldi trio. Okay, so they play Christmas Time Is Here. Play it twice. And they play it kind of during like winter months. So like your selection, Bobby, of what was the movie just?
Trading Places
has that Christmas vibe. This one kind of has that Christmas vibe a little bit, but like more of
peppered.
It just takes place over a long enough period of time that Christmas eventually happens. So I don't.
Isn't this movie what it equates to around 40 years from start to finish, roughly?
Yeah, I mean, because they start when they were children. So like,
which
maybe
doesn't
like
follow
30.
a lot of different movies. This is very different in the sense that a lot of movies don't, I guess, maybe take over decades.
I would think it's
conclude.
maybe like covering like 30-ish years, like.
Right.
But it's trying to show that Royal was an asshole,
right?
And
No, I
left
get
the
it. I understand the
family
context.
And then now trying to weasel his way back in. So, I mean, again, I think this just happens where it's like it's covered enough time that winter eventually occurs and they have to address it. Winter in New York is beautiful, just the same way as winter in Chicago is beautiful.
Interesting word to call it, but
what?
The way he's saying interesting to call winter beautiful.
In Chicago, 35-mile-an-hour wind and freezing rain? You're right. Beautiful. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, I will. So, soundtrack is done. Moving on. Spinoff sequels, prequels. What do you got?
Oh.
What do I have here? I wouldn't mind a Ben Stiller in the kids movie. Just them. I want to know why they're dressing like him. What's up with that? That whole thing is. I would assume it's obviously because their mom died and they're really close to their dad now. But I want to unpack that a little bit. And then Luke Wilson tennis prequel.
Damn it.
I want it.
Damn it, you took it. Okay, well, I want to maybe combo that and get a McEnroe in there because it was 80s. Maybe that'd be cool to throw McEnroe in there as maybe just a one tennis match.
But it's not the 80s. He's older.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're saying this is the 90s, but I get it. Which is
maybe the old McEnroe if he's
you
still
can
playing.
you can
Or
interject
pro-am.
tennis pros into it. Then
Yeah.
I get it.
Or maybe McEnroe's his coach. That'd be fun.
There you go.
I definitely said
I'm there.
the
Took me a minute. I got
each of the children could easily have their own
Yeah.
spin-off from Chaz,
Uzi and
Richie, and Chaz, Richie, and Margot. Just because they're such talented individuals. The younger children, like the prologue of the younger children with the grizzled old man as like the father, like maybe like an older man, which Royal definitely was. He was in his 40s to 50s when he had the kids. But I threw a little bit of spinning into it. Change out, even though Gene Hackman fucking great as Royal Tenenbaum, I would argue that Royal Tenenbaum is a character that he was born to play. I threw out Harvey Keitel now So
Okay.
now, again, grizzled old man.
Yeah.
Or I threw out Samuel L. Jackson. I thought either of those guys could be a great older man. Like,
how do you mix Sam in the mix?
but I'm saying like an older man who fathers a couple of kids.
Sure, okay.
And then is just like a hard ass on them. I think Samuel L. Jackson fits perfectly into that. But those were my two spin-off prequels, sequels. What do you guys got? Anything else?
No.
I would kind of wish we could see Royal's con. The 22 years that he's absent, maybe some of his cons. That'd be
as
fun.
a lawyer, like whatever. Yeah,
maybe unpackage that.
He did
a
some
little
malpractice suits.
Sure.
I get you. All right, moving into Switcheroo. Obviously, the general, right under your nose is that any Wes Anderson movie fits well within this. You can interchange them. You can interchange characters. I mean, I will be the first one to say that, like, I'm a huge Jason Schwartzman and Willem Dafoe fan. So the fact that these two guys are missing from this, I'm like, you could have popped them in somewhere.
Cameos.
They would have been great in any fucking thing.
I thought
they
Schwartzman
did.
was going to be the Luke Wilson part.
I mean,
I could see
Schwartzman
that.
would have been great there, but Schwartzman could honestly do anything.
Could have been Eli.
Could have been Eli. Could have been a lot of different roles. But then also, again, Willem Dafoe is just such a good character
Maybe
actor.
put Willem Dafoe in the Danny Glover role.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what? You know what? I could see that swap out. But Willem is such a man. I don't know. He's such a command for like when he's on film or when he's like I guess in the camera.
But that's what makes it great about the Wes Anderson
Yeah.
films and stuff like that is that they do such a great thing of like you have such hitters of actors.
Some big swingers there.
I mean, in multiple scenes in one of his other movies, like Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Bill Murray, who's the other fucking guy? Shit, I'm trying to think of the other guy. But like you have like 4 to 5 guys who are like they command the screen, but they work so well as like just like a drop-in piece or whatever.
Well, they know how to share the moment too. I think that's the big part. You don't have someone who's just like a total fucking diva. It's like if it's not about me, then fuck you.
No, I get that. The last thing I would say, which I felt actually very good about this, give me some Sam Rockwell in this bitch. I think it would work so well in there. Just interject him somewhere.
Yeah,
Sam Rockwell would be great.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit early, right? Early Rockwell.
Early 2001 Sam Rockwell.
What was he in to that point?
Nothing. Like
That's
he
what I'm
just
saying.
did Charlie's Angels. But
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like he wouldn't have been on their radar.
That's what I'm saying. Like I agree with him.
Ryan, this
Still
is
early.
a fictitious
No,
segment.
I'm just
I can
saying,
just
like-
say
He brings
whatever.
up a good point.
I
though.
can say we can bring back Albert Einstein.
Oh.
and
I'm
play
just saying,
my
like-
Tell me
fucking
how.
dad.
I'm sure if this was like 6 years later or something or whatever, 8 years, like then maybe he would have been
Can I just say, however you want to fit it into your mind, do it.
okay.
Sam Rockwell in that bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
Recasting.
glad
Any
that
recasting?
eventually stuck with you guys.
Well, I already mentioned the couple. Like you could say, you get a Meryl Streep in the Angelica Houston role. You could swap out Willem Dafoe for Danny Glover, or put Bill Murray in the Danny Glover part.
Yeah.
And put beyond, I don't know. I already, I got nothing.
I think
Okay.
I agree with some of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I put Emma Stone as Margot. I think could have still worked, even though she was younger. It's still
I think too young at that point. 2001 or
Yeah, she'd been like
20.
13.
no, she wouldn't be 20.
13.
2001. I
Yeah,
was
she'd be-
12. She's like 3 years older than me.
Yeah, she would have been
She'd
too
be like
young.
15, maybe 14, 15, 14. I think she may even be the same age as me.
Yeah, I think that'd be a stretch.
Unless Margot has a daughter, it ain't gonna happen, my man.
Yeah.
Emma Stone.
88 is a year.
88.
Yeah, she's my age. And what
year
year?
older.
01? I was
She's been 13. And they
14.
They filmed it in 2000. She'd
yeah,
been like
14,
12.
15. Yeah.
Maybe as a fucking younger piece then.
Like
My
it
bad.
could have been like young Margot.
Okay,
like
my bad.
young
my bad.
Margot
Young Margot.
in the flashbacks.
Maybe do young Margot.
Or if you were
then.
doing like a version, like a sequel, and they were redoing the roles now or something, then yes, I'm with you.
Was Superbad 2007 then?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. I thought Superbad was 2003.
No, that was just
I
after
thought
high
she was
school for me.
18 or
Yeah.
19 and that.
Love Superbad.
That's my bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Maybe it's a younger version. All right, let's get into picking
Pervert.
nits and like wrap a bow on this shit. If I'm being honest, like you could have got somebody younger for Gene Hackman in the younger scenes. They just slapped a wig on him. And said, like,
I get you. Yeah.
Gene Hackman is now 30 years younger.
Yeah,
But maybe that's the comedic part of it.
Kind of adds to the charm.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. They shot him from far away, and I'm like, all right, come on, man.
That's like what is that? Dexter. When they made Dexter, like when he's trying to play 18, I was like, bitch.
Oh, in that fucking terrible wig.
Bitch, you're at least 30.
I had one picking it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Margot smoking cigarettes, and no one knows about it or whatever, and she's in the bathroom and turns the fan on and sprays. That smell's not going away.
No.
That's cigarette smells is like one of the most distinct, like.
It does.
It doesn't leave. It's you would smell the shit out.
You'd have to wear almost like
the Shaw. Yeah.
You'd have to blow the smoke out, and you'd have to wear like a robe.
Little fan and these couple spritz.
Yeah, nobody knew that she smoked for 27 years.
I find that hard to
whatever.
believe.
Yeah. No
cigarettes
shot.
are
22
cigarette
years.
smells leave a smell in your clothes.
They
in
do.
the room. Like
it permeates.
Worse than weed, worse than most things. Like
agreed. I think that.
So that was now.
Okay.
Bill Murray comes in that bathroom. He's smelling cigarettes.
Yeah.
You got to be an idiot to not smell. Yeah. I would say, like, how the fuck do you live in a hotel for 22 years? Like, that's crazy.
Well, he's a rich
Blackmail,
guy.
maybe? No, hold on. Tell him.
Well, he bought the house, which means that he's got money, right? But then, like, he's kind of like
Not
a
true.
con man, like doing malpractice suits and whatever. I don't deny that he's got money, but it's like, wouldn't you think that that's like a terrible idea to live in a hotel for 22
But
years?
maybe he blackmailed his way in there where it's like, you don't ask questions or I'll reveal X
He likes
about
living
you.
in a hotel. He likes being pampered and taken care of. And
And that also follows suit with his personality.
lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just simply don't know this. How long does a hawk live?
Like a hawk, like the animal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Eli.
I'd say what, in the
Richie
wild,
had
probably-
Mordecai.
Apparently 30 years because the thing is.
I think in the
I
wild
mean,
it's got to be
20
like,
It
you know
says
what, I was going
20
to say
to
15.
30 years.
Maybe?
I mean, I guess that kind of tracks.
It's on his
but
last legs.
definitely not doing well if it's, it grayed out and all that shit. But just a quick ponder there. Pagoda as the inside man is, I love it. It's not a picky nit, but it is a thing of like, Pagoda, you have money. Like, you've been working for the family for 22 years. You got it. No board, no rent. Like, he can just live there in like the 7th floor.
We know we have friends like that make good money and they still, like, if push comes to shove, they're fucking in the poorhouse within 12 months. People have weird, habits.
I mean, I could also see that Pagoda's like, yeah, Royal, you're not fucking my money up too. Like, fuck you. Let's see. 6 weeks to get right 22 years of being an absentee father. Like, I don't buy that a whole lot. Like,
At least
what
he's trying.
But I'm saying, like, is it just like bullshit where he's like really not trying to do, he's just trying to get another one over? I think it falls more into that category. Not like an actual resolution of like, hey, I've been a dickhead father, even though he says that multiple times. Like, I'm trying to right my wrongs. I'm trying to become a dad again and all that. It's like, no, it's not. You're just trying to be an asshole again.
Yeah, I don't know. We needed more of an emotional scene with him.
Sure. I just think it's like you got 6 weeks to live. It's terrible. I love all the names. I love absolutely all the names in this. Chaz, a Richie, Royal Tenenbaums, Uziari, Pagoda, fucking Dusty as the doorman.
Yeah.
Elevator guy. Royal eats a cheeseburger right in front of Ethylene and is smoking cigs throughout the whole time. You have cancer.
I thought, she would left the room and Danny Glover saw me eat the cheeseburger.
No. Pagoda gives the bag to him right in front. You're smelling a cheeseburger.
Oh, okay.
I'm sitting right here.
He didn't eat it in front
He
of
didn't
her,
eat it in
It's
front
not
of her.
kosher what he's doing.
But it's
I'll
like
just say
you
that.
can see what a cheeseburger
I was
looks
like,
like
I
in a
remember
bag.
she left the room. He took a bite, and Danny Glover from down the hallway saw it, and he was like, clocked it. Like,
But it's also a cheeseburger and cigarettes. It's like, even if it's 2001, that's no.
Also,
bueno.
probably shouldn't be doing that around Danny Glover if he's with your wife. He'll probably tell her what's going on.
Yeah.
That's
and
fair.
then this brings me to my next point. These racist comments by Royal are just like wholly unneeded. Like, they're not needed to the thing. Like, you're already this is the guy who's trying to steal your like even wife, but like steal the woman who you had as a wife at one point. But it's like you can just use that animosity already. Like he kept throwing in these comments of like, "Yeah, what's up, Coltrane?" and like blah blah. It's like, oh, it's like I don't get why you're doing that when it's like you can just say like, "Fuck you, dude." Like
I took it as he was trying to get him to fight him. And get him kicked
out.
out.
You're provoking.
Get Danny Glover kicked out of the house, looked in a bad light by the wife. Like, she'll walk in on him, beating up Gene Hackman. Like, you're beating up my sick husband? Get out of here.
No, I agree. I think it's all about appearances, and he knows that.
He didn't take the bait. And then when she walked in, she's like, what's going on? He's like, no, nothing. Like, because there was no, confrontation, like, to show.
He kept us cool.
That's what
I could honestly, I could believe that. Not a picking it, but I fucking love the Royal taking the Tic Tacs as the medicine.
yeah.
It's like, is that a Tic Tac?
He looks at it really close.
Polka dot mice and random scenes like on the bookshelf crawling and on the gray. I love those little quick add-ins.
Oh yeah, you skipped the cinematic shots.
We can skip back to that.
Unless you have more picking nits.
I have one more picking nit. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Why did Pagoda stab Royal before they went to the Y?
I only knew that. I only thought it was because he did that when they met.
I thought he was going to do it so that they could go to the hospital.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
And they just never. They went back to the Y, and he was like, "How are we going to afford this?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
and he's like, or like
he just got stabbed.
Or like maybe he thought like the family was going to see him hurt or something, and then they would feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a little bit of a gap there. Yeah,
makes no sense.
It's like a scene missing or something.
Could be on the cutting room floor. All right, let's go back to cinematic shots because I got a.
I have a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
The board game closet background looks awesome every time they're in there. I think it was like Chaz and him at one point. They're in the the tennis magazine background when they're transitioning scenes again. The Richie cutting his hair and shaving, blue light background.
Yeah.
Before he tries to kill himself. And then also when Richie is in the hospital, he leaves on the bus by himself. There's like a wide shot of him just like alone in the back, like sitting on the bus with his new like hair and stuff. And then the final one.
Isn't that a callback to whatever that movie is? Sitting in the back of a bus.
Maybe like Midnight Cowboy or something.
Yeah. Man.
Or What's Eating Gilbert Grape? They do that too. Him and.
I haven't seen Wes Eating Gilbert Grape.
All right.
And then finally the funeral, last shot of the wide shot, all the whole family like dropping the casket down. That's what I had.
I also threw out there the alteration of glove when they said Margot lost a finger and we don't know, nobody knows why. And it just had a glove with just a finger cut off and like separated. I thought it was just so funny. And then Mordecai the Eagle with Hey Jude playing over it. Even in that cover was just so, I love it. It just looks so great. Any of the cover photos, the Richie's Meltdown, the Dudley's World, Rally's book, Bill Murray's book. They also had a little quick cut of Ethylene Suitors, which the one was like an adventurer in the Arctic. The next one was like an Asian guy with Asian businessman. And then the other one was like an old timey, like, safari hunt dude with one of those glasses with the eyes blacked out. So I was like, oh, this is great. They're just going random as fuck, which again fits right into Wes Anderson's kind of like aesthetic of just like, hey, we're just going to throw weird shit at you and, you're going to have a quick chuckle about it. So I'm going to put a bow on it. I know Wes Anderson is not your guys' cup of tea. Right, so I get that, especially with people who.
That's accurate.
Well, especially with
I
people,
can appreciate his work,
but I'm saying especially with people who just you never saw the shit, so then it ends up being something that you're like, hey, I don't really see this. I will tell you, Wes Anderson is going to be done again. I will tell you, Royal Tenenbaums is one of my favorite movies here, so it ends up being ones that
favorite movies of his or in general?
Favorite movies of his. Sorry, I should. Specified that.
Yeah.
But so that means though that like there's a lot of other Wes Andersons that I'm not super into, like a Fantastic Mr. Fox or a Phoenician Hotel. Like those are ones that I'm like I didn't really gravitate towards. But I'm sure we're gonna do a Wes Anderson in the future. I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna compare to Royal Tenenbaums, because again, I think I gravitate more towards that one as like this is my kind of Wes Anderson like monument. Like this is what I start from. But again, this is what happens is that we don't care who picks the movies, or like I don't care that you guys didn't like it.
No, it's not that I didn't like it. It's a different feel, and I you know what, I enjoy the experience of a different cinematic, choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I appreciate that. Like, this gave me an excuse to watch this movie because I probably just wouldn't put it on my own accord. So it's
and I think it goes to you next, right?
Like it's like one of those that like not yet, but yes, we're skip. Would you put in the car from the horse?
No, I was just curious. Sorry,
but yes, but yeah. So I said I was like, oh, cool. Like I was excited to experience a Wes Anderson film because I don't do that on my own. So that was good.
No, it's good.
Even if I don't love it, if it's not my favorite, it's still good to get under my belt.
That's fair.
All
right. Streaming ranking, streaming and rating. Although I don't own it, I think this is one of the first couple that you should own of Wes Anderson. I don't think you should own the entire catalog or entire collection, but I'm gonna say own. I'm gonna go with a flat 9.0. This is just one that I'm just like I love it in so many different levels. Own with a 9. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go skip for me. It's not my bag, baby. As Austin would say. Can appreciate the things in it though, the actors, the acting, the aesthetic, and the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, not my favorite type of film, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go skip for me and a flat 7, where it's like I feel like the artisticness of it and the acting and stuff is giving the higher grades, but the story and the way the film kind of is giving me lower parts. It's kind of in the middle where it balances out at a 7.
Okay.
So
Bobby?
I'm just above a skip. It's more of if it's available to you and you have an opportunity to check it out. It's like one of those stream it once, and I'm fine with it. And I'd put it at. I thought you were pretty low on this. Now, granted, I'm not a big fan of this one in particular. I do like Wes Anderson's films, so this is why it hits a little bit heavier for me. But I give it a 7.8. I don't think it is quite a bust. But a lot of fun, a lot of comedy, a lot of heavy hitters here. So like I said, the story might not be perfect, but I think that the delivery of some of these characters makes it more palatable.
Yeah, I mean, 7's not terrible. It's a C-. No,
I get that. I'm just saying it doesn't quite hit a B for me, or B-, but it's still there's some joy you could get from this.
I don't think I would see myself like rewatching
it again. Okay, fair. That's why we do the rankings.
But the way it's made and things in the movie are
right, I
very
can appreciate
well
that.
done,
Maybe that's what I'm gravitating towards.
It's just not my cup of tea.
All right,
I appreciate this cinematography of it, but
I wasn't
subject matter.
It wasn't as low as you.
I got you, man. Well, again, Royal Tenenbaums.
Not a bad run.
It is what it is. Ryan.
I liked it more than Kingdom of Heaven.
Jesus Christ, shots fired.
Wow, dude.
Right. Ryan,
Ridley
what do you got?
Scott spit on his grave.
I liked it more than 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Ridley Scott is still alive.
I know. I'm saying when he dies, Ridley Scott can spit on Ryan's grave. I'm fine with that.
I'm a huge fan of his. It's not that one. Anyway, my choice, right? So I am going to go with one I've kind of been wanting to do for a minute. I'm just going to knock it off the list. It's on Netflix, so let's do it. Forrest Gump.
Holy shit.
Okay.
And Kyle might come on for this.
Hell yeah.
All right. I like that.
So
Kyle, friend of the pod.
We like this movie a lot. I would say love this movie, actually, I was going to say. And,
there's a lot to unpack with
Close
Forrest
to
Gump.
2.5.
It's like 2:20 or something.
Yeah, 2.5.
So, but it's like a 2:20 that I feel like goes by fairly quickly.
Dude, our review itself is going to be like an hour and a half minimum.
Well, it does not go by quick, but I love the movie, so good choice.
Yeah, it's decided. It's Forrest Gump. We haven't done Tom Hanks yet, I don't think. So this will be the first Tom Hanks movie we've done. I don't think we've done one.
We have not done a Tom Hanks.
Which is kind of surprising because he's like one of the best actors.
Right.
Yeah, but the Tom Hankses will always go into, like, we were always going to piece together. Like,
we were almost going to do a trifecta of certain actors.
We still could.
We're going to do a trifecta of Tom Hanks at a certain point because he's got so
I got
many.
more in the chamber, so that's okay.
No, this is a great one. Forrest Gump. This was a very pivotal role for him, so great. Okay.
All right. Forrest Gump coming at you.
Forrest Gump.
Hey,
Jenna.
we went a little long, but I don't give a shit. Having fun.
We're having a good time.
Stupid is, stupid does.
Last couple of episodes in the old apartment before we get a new change of scenery here. So, the Journeymen Lounge podcast on episode 119, part 3.
Part 3.
Is out. Big
or as
things
the Germans
coming.
would say.
Big things coming.
Yep.
Stay tuned. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Journeymen will ride again. Let's go, boys.
Goodbye.
Broncos country. Let's ride.